It was almost midnight when Daniel Harris heard a soft knock on his front door. He lived in a tiny rented house on the edge of Portland, Oregon. He wasn't expecting visitors, especially during a heavy rainstorm. Looking through the window, he saw a little girl standing alone on the porch, completely soaked and hugging a small backpack. When Daniel opened the door, the little girl looked up with frightened eyes and quietly asked, "Sir, can I stay here just for tonight? I don't know how to get home." Daniel had no idea that one act of kindness would change his life forever. Before we continue this unforgettable story, welcome to Kindness Moments. If you enjoy heartwarming stories about compassion, family, and hope, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment telling us where you're watching from. Your support helps us continue sharing stories that inspire kindness around the world. Daniel Harris was 29 years old. He worked long shifts as a city bus mechanic. The job paid just enough to cover rent, groceries, and school supplies for his 6-year-old daughter, Emma. 3 years earlier, Daniel had lost his wife in a car accident. Since then, he had raised Emma alone, doing everything he could to give her a happy childhood despite their modest life. That rainy evening, Emma was already asleep upstairs. Daniel looked at the little girl standing on his porch. She looked about 7 years old. Her blue raincoat was dripping with water, and her hands were shaking from the cold. "My name is Lily," she whispered. "Do your parents know where you are?" Daniel asked gently. She lowered her head. "I got separated from them." Daniel knew he should call the police immediately, but first he wrapped Lily in a warm towel and made her a bowl of chicken soup while contacting the local authorities to report that he had found a lost child. They explained that officers were already searching for a missing girl matching her description and asked Daniel to keep her safe while they coordinated the response. Emma soon woke up and walked downstairs. Seeing Lily sitting alone at the table, she smiled. "You can sleep in my room," Emma said. "I have extra blankets." Lily smiled for the first time that night. Daniel watched the two little girls coloring together before bed. For a brief moment, the house felt full again. The next morning, before the police arrived, several black SUVs stopped outside Daniel's small home. Neighbors peeked through their windows. Men in dark suits stepped out, followed by a young woman wearing a long navy coat. She looked no older than 28. Despite her elegant appearance, her face showed a sleepless night filled with worry. The moment she saw Lily run outside, tears filled her eyes. She knelt and hugged her daughter tightly. "I've been so scared," she whispered. Daniel quietly stepped back, relieved that the little girl was finally safe. One of the security officers thanked Daniel for reporting Lily and keeping her safe overnight. The young woman walked toward Daniel. "My name is Victoria Bennett," she said softly. Daniel recognized the name immediately. Victoria Bennett was one of the youngest billionaires in America, the founder of a successful technology company that appeared regularly in business magazines. But standing in front of him, she didn't look like a billionaire. She looked like a mother who had almost lost her child. "I don't know how I'll ever repay you," Victoria said. Daniel smiled politely. "You don't owe me anything. I only did what I hoped someone would do for my daughter." Victoria looked around at the modest home, the old pickup truck in the driveway, and Emma standing beside her father. She noticed how gently Daniel spoke to both girls. Money could buy almost anything, but kindness like this was rare. A week later, Daniel returned to work and discovered the city planned to close the maintenance garage because of budget cuts. Many employees, including Daniel, would lose their jobs. He didn't tell Emma. He didn't want her to worry. That evening, another knock came at his door. Victoria stood outside with 2 folders. "I heard about the layoffs," she said. Daniel nodded. "I'll find something." Victoria smiled. "I believe you will. But I have another idea." She explained that her company had recently launched a nationwide foundation to support children from working families with free transportation, after-school programs, and emergency assistance. She wanted someone honest to oversee community projects in Oregon. "I don't need someone with the perfect resume," she said. "I need someone whose actions already proved what kind of person he is." Daniel looked surprised. "I've never managed a foundation." Victoria smiled. "You managed something much harder. You raised a wonderful daughter while helping someone else's child without expecting anything in return." After discussing the role carefully, Daniel accepted. Months passed. The foundation opened community centers across several neighborhoods. Hundreds of families received school supplies, free meals, tutoring, and childcare support. Daniel visited every center personally, making sure each family felt respected. One Saturday afternoon, Emma and Lily met again during a family event organized by the foundation. The girls laughed together like old friends. Victoria watched them from across the park. "You know," she said quietly to Daniel, "Lily still talks about your house." Daniel smiled. "She remembers the soup?" Victoria laughed through happy tears. "No, she remembers feeling safe." Daniel looked toward the children playing. Sometimes the greatest gift isn't a large house or expensive toys. Sometimes it's simply opening your door when someone is afraid. That rainy night, Daniel believed he was only helping a lost little girl. He never imagined that simple act of kindness would help thousands of families through the foundation they built together. Kindness doesn't ask who someone is. It doesn't check their bank account, their job title, or where they come from. It simply sees another human being in need. And often, the smallest act of compassion creates a ripple that reaches farther than we could ever imagine. If this story touched your heart, remember this. Every stranger you meet could be carrying a burden you cannot see. A warm meal, a safe place, or a few words of kindness may become the moment that changes someone's life forever. Thank you for watching Kindness Moments. If you enjoyed today's story, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who believes kindness still makes the world a better place. Until next time, keep choosing kindness, because even the smallest act of compassion can leave the biggest mark on someone's heart.